If there's one thing that I really love to watch is people getting the consequences that they deserve. And it just came out a few hours ago that YouTuber Trevor Jacobs, you know, the guy who crashed his plane for views and likes, has just been sentenced to 6 months in federal prison. And boy, howdy, is that well deserved. I mean, if everybody knows the viral video that came out with him jumping out of his plane because he thought that it was stalling and then it crashed on the side of the mountain, you know that it was probably the stupidest thing you've ever watched of that year. That happened 2 years ago, and then he got sentenced for it, and now he's finally been tried and is going to prison for 6 months. So, yippee, this man's going to jail for doing dumb shit. Who would have thought? I mean, even the judge had an opinion on this too. I mean, he's quoted here stating that it appears that he exercised exceptionally poor judgment in committing this offense and was most likely committing this offense to generate social media and news coverage for himself and to obtain financial gain. Yeah, I mean, if you are just spending most of your time flying around in an airplane, I mean, it's cool and all that, but what's one way to really get the views to come into your channel? Oh, I have an idea. Just jump out of your airplane and have it wreck on the side of a mountain and possibly cause a terrible ecological disaster or harm anybody that is within its wake. Sounds like a great idea. Might as well do it too. Hell, I might even just rent a plane to crash it myself. Who knows? But regardless of the fact, this man was really trying hard to make a defense for it, and his attorneys were trying to come at his side, saying things basically like he was living in his hangar during the coronavirus, and a series of bad choices eventually led to the culmination of him jumping out of an airplane and then having to be guilty for it. Oh, so you're supposed to make me believe that him being held up in his hangar is what made him decide to jump out of an airplane. The 15 minutes of fame ended up being 6 months in jail. So I don't think it was worth it. Definitely a bad decision, I'll give you that, but not something to be, you know, given empathy towards. Because I'm not going to be sitting here saying, you know what, COVID and everything like that, terrible. It affected so many people in their lives, and so many people as a result to try and just get out of the monotony of just living at home and wherever they were trying to hold up at, decided to go in cars and just start crashing them into people just for no reason other than shits and giggles, jumping in airplanes and crashing them on the sides of mountains because they just wanted a few clicks on their YouTube channel. I don't think anybody's buying that defense. And clearly, the judge was on the side of this guy had a motive for doing this, so he deserves time. Now, is 6 months worth all of that? I wouldn't know personally. I'm not the judge here. The judge clearly thinks that 6 months is worth that time frame. If you guys think he deserves more or less, let me know in the comments below. I think probably just a little bit more because you're literally crashing like tens of $1,000 vessel into the side of a mountain base where there's foliage and animals all over. One spark on the gas tank will cause a fire and burn everything down to the ground. Thankfully, nothing severe happened of it, but the potential repercussions of said consequences could have caused innumerous damage. So maybe taking that into account and the fact that nothing too terrible came of the crash probably resulted in the 6 months. Maybe a year's worth would have been the maximum that I would give. But either way, Trevor Jacob is finally seeing the consequences to his actions. Just more on people trying to do dumb shit on YouTube and other platforms just to get likes and easy, fast money for causing harm to everyone around them. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. If there's anything else, I might come by it. If you like this kind of content, like it, subscribe. I will be back whenever I feel like it. I'm still a bit sick, so if I'm feeling a little better, then maybe I might make some more stuff. I still have some things I want to do. So I'll catch all y'all later. Peace.